In this video, we're going to talk about AI in education, a basic overview for educators, and tools to check for plagiarism. The purpose of this is to provide an overview of a few of the AI tools that are available for educators, not only for themselves, but tools that you can expect students to be aware of. I'm also going to give a few examples of how you can use these tools in the classroom, and as an educator, ideas of how students can also benefit from the use of these tools in ethical and appropriate ways. With new AI tools being created all the time and the ability to instantly leverage the technology in the classroom, there are some major considerations that need to be discussed. How do you feel that you can best integrate AI into your instruction? What tools do you think you'll be using? How can you best leverage these tools for student learning and also your process as an educator? A few great links and resources to review prior to the school year to get a background in what artificial intelligence is and some of the considerations for implementing it ethically in the classroom are, of course, to explore ChatGPT. This AI tool is one of the most well-known, and it's just a good starting place for you to be able to get started and try, submitting some queries into it and seeing the responses it gives you. It really depends on the quality of the query you give ChatGPT on what you receive back. This AI tool is one of the most well-known, and if you have not had a chance to try it, you really should, particularly before it goes to a paid model. The use of this tool will give you a great introduction to AI and provide you with an understanding of the power of its ability to generate content based on user input of what is asked. It's critical that educators have a framework for understanding how AI will impact their classroom and have strategies for utilizing these tools with students. Let's discuss some of the strategies, resources, and techniques in which AI will be impacting classrooms. One of the first strategies educators should have going to the new year is understanding which resources are available to educators and students to check if something was created with AI or not. The tool GPT Radar can help assist with this process. This tool, GPT Radar, can be used to check if content has been created with an AI tool. This tool runs a check using GPT-3 technology to confirm whether or not it was created by a computer. Another additional option similar to GPT Radar is originality.ai. This tool uses some of the same technology to check the created content. Unfortunately, right now, most of these tools are not free, but they are an option if you're in a situation in which you need to confirm whether or not something was plagiarized using an AI tool. I will include the links to these websites and other similar resources in the description of this video. Another important concept to consider around AI tools is the concept of generative AI. Generative AI is a subset of AI in which content is created based on previously existing artificial intelligence provided by users and a new creation is formed. An example of this is when an image is created from a pre-existing data or another image and manipulated. Potential use cases for generative AI will be the ability to create questions or other assessments based on a student's current level of knowledge from data that they've already provided. You can also create personalized learning plans based on previously collected data that can generate a more streamlined instructional approach for students. Generative AI will use data from previously collected student learning information to potentially design instruction in a way that is much more streamlined and can assess students in ways they've never been challenged before. This represents a way AI can begin to transform learning and instruction. My final and most important point is that educators need to embrace AI and understanding that not only the ethical and appropriate use of this technology, but also ways that it can transform their classroom. And it's important to become familiar with AI tools that students may be using or that you may be able to use for your instructional strategy. And it's also important to understand at a base level how these tools function and work so that they can be leveraged to their maximum efficiency in your classroom. Conclusively, it's important to become familiar with what AI is and what the Department of Education has communicated around AI. I will include the link to their white paper on how they feel AI will impact the future of education in my resources with this video. It's also important as an educator to become familiar with what tools might be using to complete their schoolwork and also what strategies you might be able to have to review their work in a way that can evaluate it for whether or not it's been used to create an original piece of work. I will also include links to additional AI tools that may impact learning in my resources. Conclusively, it's important to become familiar with what AI is and what the Department of Education has communicated around AI. I will include the link to their white paper on how they feel AI will impact the future of education in my resources below. It's also important as an educator to become familiar with what these tools might be used for to complete schoolwork and what strategies you might be able to have to review other students' work in a way that they can evaluate it for whether it's been used creatively or inappropriately. I will include the links to additional AI tools that may impact teaching and learning in the description as well. It's important to begin to understand the landscape of technology that is creating new types of artificial intelligence. And it will continue to happen and to evolve where we are even at new levels of how this technology can be used. It's critical that educators have a framework of understanding the impact of this technology in their instruction and that their students' learning can have strategies for leveraging it effectively and ethically in the classroom. Be sure to ask any questions or make comments about how you have used AI in the classroom in the comment area. Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing for future videos. If you're interested in future professional development or training with artificial intelligence, please visit digitalfutureseducation.com's homepage to review the current professional development offerings related to AI and other educational topics. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.